Focaccia. It's airy, chewy, and practically fried in olive oil. What more could you want? How about a sourdough version that's easy to make and still gives that signature crisp edge and tender crumb? Let's make one together. Hi friend, come on in. Sourdough can feel intimidating with all the rules and terminology, but this focaccia is incredibly forgiving. You mix, maybe do a fold or two, and let time do the heavy lifting. This is beginner-friendly sourdough at its best. Focaccia is one of Italy's oldest breads. Its name comes from the Latin panis focaccius, meaning hearth bread, because it was traditionally baked in hot ashes or on the hearth. Its high hydration and olive oil rich crust give it a texture somewhere between rustic flatbread and cloud-like pizza crust. Today, it's a blank canvas for both savory and sweet toppings. For the dough, I'm starting with 155 grams of water. As always with sourdough, I recommend using a scale. There's a little wiggle room here depending on your flour's absorption and your local humidity. Some flours just drink more water. Now I'm adding 50 grams of active sourdough starter. I fed mine 2 days ago and let it rest in the fridge, so this is low effort prep. If your starter was refreshed recently, you're probably good to go. It just might need longer proofing. To 250 grams of bread flour, I'm adding 5 grams of salt. Bread flour gives a chewier texture and stronger structure, but all-purpose works too. It'll just be a little softer. Optional addition. For a quicker rise, you can add a quarter teaspoon of instant yeast. That turns this into more of a same-day bake. You'll still get some sourdough tang, but it'll be milder. I'll show you the crumb difference at the end. I know this isn't true sourdough, but it is an option for those who want it. Mix everything until you get a shaggy dough. This will be wet, but it shouldn't be soupy. The wetter it is, the more open your crumb will be, but that also means a trickier dough to handle. If you're new, start on the drier end and see how your flour behaves. For the full sourdough version, I mixed it up at dinner time and did a stretch and fold about 2 hours later, when I remembered. A standard stretch and fold works just fine for building a little structure. I allowed it to bulk ferment overnight and it was more than doubled in 12 hours at 72 Fahrenheit or 22 Celsius. The version with added yeast moved faster. I started it in the morning, did a quick stretch and fold after 30 minutes, and it doubled in about 4 hours. It was ready to bake about 2 hours after that. Of course, your room temperature will affect timing. My kitchen was around 75 Fahrenheit or 24 Celsius. Once the dough is ready, I pour it into a well-oiled quarter sheet pan. Focaccia is a high hydration dough and the pan does most of the shaping for you. To add a little structure and tension, I did a quick letter fold, then flipped it over to make sure all the sides are coated in oil. Cover with a container or inverted pan to make a mini proofing box. Let it rise until it roughly doubles again, about 4 to 5 hours for this full sourdough version. Now for the fun part, drizzling and dimpling. Use a generous drizzle of olive oil over the top of the focaccia and press your fingers in until you feel the pan underneath. Be firm but gentle. Don't push the dough sideways. You'll see here how I tried to move the dough into the corner on the bottom right and it deflated. That corner stayed flat after baking, so just dimple straight down and move on. Don't panic if this happens. It still tasted great. I kept mine simple, olive oil and salt. Flaky sea salt looks great here if you have it. You can top it with rosemary, roasted garlic, sun-dried tomatoes, olives, whatever sounds good. I've even seen sweet versions with peaches. Drop your favorite combos in the comments so we can all get new ideas. Here's the version with added yeast. The crumb is more uniform and slightly tighter, but still has those nice air pockets. It is a faster process and has a mild, clean flavor. And here's the full sourdough version, with a more open crumb and that deep, slightly tangy flavor you expect from sourdough. Both are great, it just depends on your schedule and what you're in the mood for. This is such a great bake for beginners and busy weeks. It's flexible, tasty, and forgiving. You could even swap the starter with flour, water, and yeast and just make it yeasted. Serve it alongside this oven-roasted marinara or cube it up and make croutons. Either way, it's so good. If you enjoy pantry-friendly sourdough recipes that stretch your budget and taste amazing, consider subscribing. I've got more coming your way. Thanks for hanging out with me today.